Welcome back, guys. What's going on? We got the GT over here. As you can see, we're missing the intake manifold. A little torn apart over here. What's going on basically, I'm gonna put two pictures up. I'm put one when I first figured out was when I first, found out that my oil cap had some sludge on it. And then the second one is when I cleaned it and I ran it for a little bit. I didn't drive, I just had it idling for a little bit, and then I saw where it was just building up moisture on top. So basically I'm getting some type of oil and water mixing. So I'm probably getting a head gasket leak where I'm getting my coolant mixing with my oil. So therefore my heads have to come off, and I'm going to replace my head gasket in the GTO. So little quick little recap of how I got this to this point, I guess. Started off with harness. So harness goes over on top of, like, right here on each side of the fuel rail. So unhook all the injectors, and then you hook the fat one for the coal pack over here. Then you have a sensor on top of the intake manifold. You got sensor on the throttle body, and then I think you had a ground. I have like 2 grounds. You hook all that for this side, and you're able to just throw it to that way. Same thing on this side, all that shit, and then it had a couple more sensors over here, and so I threw it all the way there, and it's there now. Intake tubes off. It's pretty basic. And then took off the 10mm bolts for the coil packs, and then pulled the wires off of the spark plugs, pulled it all out. Same thing on that side. And then did 10mm bolts on the headers on both sides, so that's out. I took out the dipstick, got a fat ass 15mm right there, and just pull it out of the hole down there and get rid of your dipstick. And then for the intake manifold, it's got a bunch of 8s on both sides. Take all those out, and you gotta unhook the fuel hose that goes to the fuel rail. So, and then you got these two, that one, and you got this one right here on the back of the intake manifold. And then your intake manifold comes out, and then you're basically where I'm at. And then from here, you're gonna want to take off your valve covers so you can expose the head bolts that are in the middle. Because you got head bolts here, you will have some all through the inside, and then you're gonna have some all through the outside by the spark plugs. And you got to take them out in a certain order, kind of ziggity zaggedy, so you won't warp the head when you pull it out. And then when you put them back on and torque them, you also got to go. It's got a certain pattern. I forget it, but and I still got to take off the whole front on this side. I think this side I'm good. All I got to do is the crossover tube right here. Take that out, and then this head will come out. This one I have to take off this power steering. I believe probably have to take off this one. Yep, the reservoir. All right, so it's been a while. It's been a couple of days since the last video. So got the heads off, as you can see. Inspected the head gaskets. I didn't see really no major issue there, but what I did find out was that my ARP head studs are in fact most likely going to be some cheap eBay $50 head studs, because nowhere on the nut or the stud itself does it say ARP. So I'll show you the ones I got. I already ordered true actual ARP head studs. I got them inside, and I'll show you those studs, and you can see it just clearly says ARP. I'm gonna take the head studs out, probably clean out the holes and the threads and all that for the new head studs. Clean the deck and all that good stuff, and then clean the pistons, clean them up, just have everything ready. So when I get my ls9 gaskets, I can put them on and then go ahead and put get the heads resurfaced and then put the heads on and then add the ARP head studs. So hopefully it won't take too long to get my stuff in. That way I can get this done, because the GTO has been down for the longest, and you know, I'm just bored as hell. So yeah, let me get to it, get this done, and once everything's, you know, pulled out, cleaned up, I'll probably catch you guys up then. All right, so I've got the pistons cleaned, the deck cleaned. I've already chased the threads on the block for the new ARP studs. Basically, I just used the old stud and ran it in there a bunch of times, like at least 3 times on each hole. Just kept on cleaning it, and then sprayed some air. And I just, well, I don't have a compressor, but I got a straw and I just blew as hard as I could to get out, try to get some water out, because it's cool in there. But they're pretty clean now. Everything's clean. So here are the gaskets, ls9 gaskets. Just got some copper spray, spray both sides. I'm just letting it dry. Get a little tacky. I think it should be, yeah, it's a little tacky. That's good. They're ready to go in. Over here, got the heads resurfaced. Oof. So looking all good and shiny down here. And then we got the rocker arms, push rods, and we got the lifters in here. LS7 lifters, and then we got ARP studs. Yeah, which is one of these. I flip them around both ways. So actually, this is a little different. The ones that were in the car before were a little longer. Threads are longer here than there. But you can see up here, ARP versus nothing. So, and put these in, start putting them in. Put the lube first, of course. And then I'll put the ls9 gaskets in and do everything else. Honestly, I'm starting to kind of lose interest in this damn car. Ever since I've got it, it's kind of just been nothing but issues. Literally tried the truck that I had just got painted. I mean, I had done a bunch of work to, and the truck didn't need nothing. It was really, you know, it was a good truck. It didn't need nothing. And then I traded it for this, thinking it'd be a better trade, but it's kind of proven otherwise. I mean, it needed exhaust, and then I did exhaust. Then I needed drive shaft, so I dealt with that, and then now I'm dealing with this shit. I don't know. I might have to sell your ass, boy. You bad luck. I ain't seen a good car, but we'll see what's up. A little Beamer just chilling here. But yeah, let me get to work and catch you guys up later. Alright, so we got the heads on. Well, one now. One so far. Got all the bolts, all the studs in. And I'm about to get the second head and put it on. Got the lifters in there. LS7 lifters. Put the lift tray back in there. I thought it was gonna be hard to put the heads back on with the studs already in, but yeah, it wasn't really that hard to put this one in. As you can see, they're all in there. I just gotta put washers and nuts and more assembly lube and torquing. But first, I'm gonna put a gasket and then the other head. I have both heads on, and then I'll just start focusing on putting in the washers and nuts on the studs, and go ahead and finish it up, and then shouldn't be too far from being done on this car. See how she wants to act after I do all this. All the little nuts and big nuts on already with the ARP assembly hardware lube. So you see, everything's on. So after I do the 80 foot-pounds right now on the 1 through 10, which is the big bolts. 1 through 10 is the big bolts, so 1 through all of this, and 10s are here, and then 11 through 15, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, all these top little bolts. and those are this. What the hell is this? A 12.10 millimeter, and those are going to be 28 foot-pounds. So, but those are last. First, you're going to do the big ones, and then you're going to tighten the top ones. So, we'll go ahead and do that. Now we'll get this head done, and then do that head. And then we're going to go ahead and put the push rods and the whatever you call that little plate that goes in here, and then the rocker arms and valve covers, and then all the other shit. Alright, so now I got the push rods, the little rocker arm plate, the rocker arms. You know, these go torqued down to 22 foot-pounds. That's 8 millimeters. Got both sides down. Alright. Now it's time to put valve cover on. We got these block off thingies right here. So I had to put these in right here. So there's gonna this little stick is gonna stick in there, and then that bolt's gonna go through the hole here. And you got two of these on each side and the back. My other one is over there. Then for the back, I think that's it. For the front, you got the crossover tube, which would be this one. One end to one end, go here and here. But we'll get to that as we go. All right, covers on. We've got the long tube headers on, dipstick on, coolant crossover tube on, and these little plugs in the back that I told you guys earlier about. What else? We got a power steering pump on. Well, obviously we've got same thing on this side. Exhaust manifolds on. And then we've got the power steering pump has a bolt there. See right there? It's 13 millimeter. It's got one down there. Barely see it. See if I can get a good video of it. Right there's right in front of your face. That one. So basically, you'd get your 13 millimeter, you put it in here, and the other one down that hole. You take two bolts out, take the power steering pump out. And then the power steering reservoir, which is this one. Let's see. This one, yeah, the bracket for it. Got a 60 millimeter there, a 60 millimeter down there. Bolt up this bracket, and then this itself is gonna clip in there. So I'm just gonna I forgot how this went, to be honest, but take something like that. There you go. Yeah. And I think the little tab's supposed to stick in there. Yeah, so it can't come back out. All right. And there you go. So now you have your whole power steering pump and everything back on. Crossover tube. Basically, I plugged up the coolant sensor right there. I plugged up those two. I don't know what the fuck they're for. I can't remember if this one was already just chilling. Oh, freak. Oh, hold on. Give me a minute. All right. I can't remember if this looks like somebody spliced it in, so this might be for something else, but it's just chilling in there. I can't find a place for it. And then this one, I don't know what this is for. This one will be for math. I don't know what this is for, but we'll figure it out. And then obviously you have fuel rail over there. That's for the intake manifold, and then this is gonna go to the intake manifold as well. There's an evap BS. I actually dropped the socket, didn't I? Where'd you go, buddy? Probably fell to the ground. Okay, so anyways, so headers and everything's on. I'm gonna need spark plugs and then the coil packs and wires intake manifold, plug up those two, this fat one and this one right here to the back of the intake manifold. You know, the bolts that go on the top, throttle body, intake, battery, and the harnesses that go, this harness right here with all those injectors, and then that harness is going to go through here and it's going to go into the injectors and the coil pack. And I think we should be good. Oh, and then I need to put the serpentine belt back on. But yeah, so we'll see what's up. Guys, so I'm driving the GTO now, running good and everything. It's not been overheating or any type of crazy stuff. But we're gonna make some noise. Sleeping early tonight, but other than that, I just wanted to say that this car may get sold because it's been nothing but trouble since I've got it, and I'm pretty bummed out that I traded my truck that was perfectly running and, you know, it's basically done, and I traded it for a car that I thought was gonna be a better deal, but ended up having a lot more work and issues than I thought it did. So I guess you learn, but I'll probably just end up letting go of this car. I put too much money into it. Damn, my phone's cracked. But yeah, so peace out, guys. Like and subscribe. Let me know you like this shit.